Hey folks, I'm going to try something pretty daring today. I recently picked up this St Elmo Steakhouse remoulade at HEB, and it's really good. And I started thinking about this particular steakhouse, so I did some digging on the internet, and it is a pretty famous, or it's a very famous steakhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. And it's been around since 1902. Now, I'm not going to try to make this. One thing I did find that they're sort of notoriously known for, other than their steaks are supposed to be really good, but they're known for their shrimp cocktail. Their shrimp cocktail is supposed to be blow your face off hot with horseradish. Like, it's supposed to be really insane. And so I did some digging on that. And one of the key ingredients is fresh horseradish. I have never actually had fresh horseradish, that I bought like this and then I grated it and stuff. This stuff is supposedly very potent. I've always used horseradish, the jarred, prepared kind of stuff. And some of that can be pretty potent. But this is supposed to be out of this world. And what makes St. Elmo's cocktail sauce over the top is they use a 1-to-1 ratio of ketchup to horseradish. So I'm gonna do a smaller version than they do. I'm going to do a half a cup of fresh grated horseradish and a half a cup of ketchup. That to me seems insane. So we'll see how it goes. Normally, I would use like a tablespoon of the jarred horseradish to like a half a cup of ketchup. And that's, to my liking. So we'll see how this is. And I'm going to grate this pretty coarse because they actually have a coarse. You can actually get it. I found later that you can get it on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description box below. You can buy their horseradish, and I might end up doing that eventually because it's a coarse ground because it's kind of hard to find the fresh horseradish. I actually found that at Whole Foods of all places. HEB and none of the other grocery stores even had it. So let me get this prepared and then try it with some shrimp cocktail. Okay, first you got to remove the bark off of this gnarly root. It is pretty easy. You just slice it off. It's pretty easy to cut, actually. Then you want to grate it on a pretty coarse grate like this. And boy, this stuff is pungent. It's really making my eyes water. But that's how you want it. You want it kind of a rough grind, a rough grate. So here I have a quarter cup of that freshly grated horseradish root. And then a quarter cup of ketchup. That's the ratio that St. Elmo's uses. It's a 1-to-1 ratio of ketchup to horseradish. And then give this a good mix. And I'm going to have to refrigerate this for an hour, a couple hours, for those flavors to really come together, but that's what you want right there. And it's potent. It's really making my eyes water. Okay, this is how they serve it. I could not find any of these shrimp cocktail dishes at a decent price, so I 3D printed one. And it's filled with ice. Keep the shrimp nice and cold. And normally you would hang the shrimp off the sides of the cocktail dish, and then you would put the cocktail sauce down in the cup. But this is how they do it. They put the shrimp right in there, 4 shrimps, and then they just cover it with the cocktail sauce. Okay. You also serve it with a wedge of lemon. Let's go taste. Okay, here's what we got. We'll see how potent this sauce is. The beauty of horseradish is it doesn't last too long. It hits you. I mean, anybody that's ever had like wasabi or anything like that, you know, you get that sudden whoosh, and then it kind of subsides. And this is how it's served. They usually give you some crackers on the side, and then it comes with a wedge lemon that you're supposed to squeeze over it. So there. Here we go. Let's give it a taste. Okay, I don't want to get a ton of that. Okay, that looks pretty sufficient to me. So here we go, folks. That's actually not too bad. With the cool shrimp and the cracker, yeah, you get that. Let's go for a nice piece with a lot of the horseradish, or a lot of the cocktail sauce on it. Okay, this one looks pretty potent. Okay, that was pretty potent. It actually made my eyes water. Well, I'll have to say, that definitely cleared my sinuses out. This is really good, folks. I love horseradish. And like I said before, I'd never actually had fresh horseradish. And it's pretty coarse grate, so it's pretty potent. So I'll be using real horseradish from now on, you know, when I can find it. I still like the convenience of finding it in a jar. But all in all, this is really good. I'm glad I got to try this. Yeah, I'm going to end up finishing this. Let me get some more of this. My wife won't like this. It's just way too potent for her. So there you have it, folks. Thanks for watching.